Go and dine, and welcome to Project Pile. We are at 100. I'm so pleased. I am so happy. So this is my Project Pile. This is my podcast vlog, chatty type of thing. It is about yarn. It's about knitting, crocheting, and what I'm working on. What I finish, when I do finish things, what I want to be making. Is about fibers, when I learn something about them. It's called the project pile because I have projects and they are in piles and I just keep adding to the pile. Because why not? Yes, my name is Gunnildur, I'm an Icelander, live in Iceland, and I keep bungling up the introduction. So yeah, it is the 12th of March 2022. Today we have sunny weather. Like, we have sun, we have blue skies. I have to keep the drapes closed so that I'm not, inundated by the sunlight, which is pretty sad to say, because last week, dear lord, all of last week was mostly just storm and rain. How was it on? Was it on Wednesday? I think we had an absolute storm in the night, and honestly, I recently started medication that is mostly for like depression. It's called Sopran. Did find out that it's also for anxiety and social anxiety for the most part. I'm very excited to see if that works, because it's better, but I have social anxiety, and the word that we use in Icelandic is félagsfælni, meaning phobia. So I have social phobia, which is pretty bad when you're a human being and you actually want to be like around other people, but other people terrify you. So actually, talking about the medication, it's been really good. So I start talking about I start talking about knitting, then I go into the weather, now I'm talking about my new medication. I think I'm back to being myself. But the thing about this medication is it has one drawback that I found. So for the past weeks, months, I've been tired, just tired. I am no longer tired. I am, however, very, very sleepy, which is horrible in my day job. Because I work at the local grocery store, and meaning that at some part of the day I spend being at the register, at the teller, and it's really hard being the cashier, and you are just for 2 hours, you're just non-stop yawning and yawning and yawning, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sleepy, I'm yawning at the register, and I feel so embarrassed about it, but I can't stop. So that's the one drawback. But the positives are so... I get sleepy in the evening time. So the thing about like depression and anxiety is that your sleeping schedule just get like wonky. But because I've always managed to sleep eventually, I just thought that as long as you can sleep, then it's fine. But now I'm realizing that actually when you can fall asleep well before midnight and not sometime after, that's better. So now I'm actually get so sleepy in the evening, I can actually fall asleep when I go to bed. Which is such a weird thing to realize. It's like, but I sleep better. I actually can fall asleep like somewhere between 10 and midnight. Like, I can actually fall asleep. And I started to dream again. I hadn't realized that I just wasn't dreaming anymore. I'm like very happy about it. But on Wednesday, circling back to that, and why I'm really happy about my medication, it actually connected to the storm that we had on Wednesday. Well, the night leading up to Wednesday and throughout Wednesday. Like, it was so bad. The wind was so bad in the morning. I've been working as on the same job for 19 years. Now in May, it's going to be 19 years. And that morning, it was the second time in nearly 2 decades, or in second time in 2 decades, that I actually had to call someone to come pick me up because the weather was horrendous. I walked down the street where I live, and the wind blew back up the street, and I actually blew back up. I'm an adult woman. I am not a lightweight. I'm not heavyweight, but I'm not lightweight. I blew back, and did manage to reach a concrete bench. And the reason why I say concrete is important because that bench does not move. Like, you could drive a truck into it and it would probably only move like a little, which is fortunate because I actually had to take cover on the bench because the wind was so strong. It just, I have not felt a wind that strong in so long. And I actually did find out that it was either the wind at around 6. Yeah, it was like a really strong like gale or string wind around 6 in the morning. And I think like 3 or 4 people told me that it was clocked at about 63 meters per second. And I do know that a lot of people, myself included, and one coworker who lives in mid of town where it's generally very calm and usually doesn't hear the wind or feel anything about it. She woke up at 6. I woke up at 6. My mother, who never wakes up, she woke up. People in the next fjord over, they woke up. But the thing about all of this is that usually I've gotten scared of the wind because they are strong when they get really strong, and like my entire south wall is glass. It's just window, balcony door. And usually, you know, I will just cover up in my bed with my duvet over my head under my pillows are just shaking in terror, just scared that the winter's gonna come in. But because I started on the medication, I was actually able to just relax. I think, you know, it's fine, the weather is outside, I'm inside, let's go back to sleep. And I did. So difference, there's so many things. So I am back to being more like myself, and I'm so happy about it. Now, as for the knitting and crocheting, I have managed to do a little bit more. So yes, I got back to work on Monday, and it's a good thing that I did because one coworker had to be in Reykjavik in the south, which is like 700 kilometers away, whereabouts, because her husband had to go to the doctor, and that was an appointment that they needed to make, and they needed to run some errands as well, so they were out of town. And then another coworker of mine, she had to stay at home this entire week because her little 2-year-old girl caught COVID. And then mommy caught COVID, so I don't know when that coworker is gonna come back, but you know, when she feels better. So it was just me, the store manager, and our 2 Polish coworkers. I love them. They are middle-aged Polish ladies, and if you ever worked with middle-aged Polish ladies, it's like, I love them. But they aren't secure about speaking Icelandic, so they haven't learned to do the register, so it was just me and the store manager, and he actually showed up to work around midnight. So the fact that we did manage to get some kids in at around 1 in the afternoon, it was like so good, because by then the store manager had been working for about 13 hours. I'm like, dear Lord, poor guy. Because there was things that had to be done before the just Mondays are really busy days, so it was a long day for him, and I'm like, I actually do feel a little bit better because being able to help someone and be of use and feeling that you are doing something that, yes, it does help with, at least for me, it helps with the depression and the anxiety and all that fun stuff. But yeah, this has been a really interesting week. We've had gales, we had storms, like Wednesday was just... Friday, we had torrential rain, like a little bit of wind too, but like nothing compared to Wednesday. But the torrential rains, it was like, don't think we set a record though. Pretty close to it though. But yeah, so it's been a really interesting week at work, and I don't feel exhausted, I don't feel tired, I'm doing well. Actually, later today, it's 1:30 now. At about 2:30, in about an hour, I will be meeting my friend at the coffee shop, so hopefully have a little bit get together and maybe do some knitting if I find some that I can bring, because again, talking about the knitting that I've been doing, I can't jolly well bring the scarf. It's too big. But look, it is coming along so nicely. I am so close to being done with this, but look at the colors. I am so close to being done. I should be able to finish this color this weekend, and then the 6th and last cake. I am so looking forward to it. But yeah, I've been like racking my brain what to bring. Like maybe, probably just the project that's been living in my to-go bag. The thing that I was gonna finish in January because it would have been nice to have it by then, but it's the balaclava, the mosh dish balaclava. I still haven't done anything more than just a tiny bit, so maybe I'll just bring that because I do want to work on it. That's probably gonna be good for next winter because spring, I mean, we have the storms and the gales and the torrential rain. That's spring in Iceland, so we're gonna have some rain, snow. There will be some snow later on. Definitely in April and May. But I'm really hoping that we get some summer this summer, because last summer we got summer and I've been spoiled and I want another summer, so that would be so nice. I did manage to like wake up at a little before 8 this morning. So I've done the vacuuming, I've done 2 loads of laundry. Didn't get dressed on the just before filming, but it's Saturday. Also, I was reading this book, the Agatha Christie Miss Marple, The Complete Short Stories. I started yesterday, I think, and I've just consumed this book. Like, I was just gonna read one short story. No, this is like a book of like confectioner or something. I just ate the whole book up, and I love this. I just, like, I've always admired Agatha Christie, but I've come to realize this year I read the Styles, The Mysterious Affair of Styles, her first book that she wrote over a century ago. I read that in February, and I love that book. I consumed it. I got this at the end of last year or beginning, I cannot remember, but I got this book because I wanted to start reading Agatha Christie, and I've consumed this as well. And the fact that now I know that she wrote so many books, I'm like, I kind of want to just continue collecting her books because I am consuming them. I'm just eating them up whole. So this book has, yeah, took a little bit of a knitting time away, but I mean, the scarf is coming up so nicely. Oh, I love the colors. If this summer is gonna be a cold one, like, well, you never know. This is definitely gonna go nicely over a jacket or something. Like, this is gonna be so much fun to wear. Other than that, I haven't really been doing that much knitting. I'm yet again regretting the fact that I don't have more sweaters that I've knitted myself. Like, I love this one, but like, it's machine made, and it's like, it's acrylic, but not like, oof, I just don't like the sound of it. Like, acrylic is fine, but certain type of acrylics just sound like it make that squeaky squishy sound when you touch it. And I like this sweater, like, it's nice and short and goes you know, I like this, you know, just simple ripped, and I absolutely love these balloon sleeves, but I don't like the acrylic. And I'm feeling like such a fiber snob right now because, and I don't want to be a fiber snob, but like certain acrylics, just like the set in the teeth is like, and when you like tried other acrylics that are so soft and nice and just keep, acrylic like this just starts annoying you. But like when you worked with actual mohair and angora and all those fancy, super nice and like this wool of all types, something like this it just kind of sits in your wardrobe like I don't want to say it's like this shame pile, but it's like I like this sweater, I just don't like the material anymore. So I really need to step up on making my own sweaters because I'm getting to be a sweater snob. And I don't feel that embarrassed about it. It's like I would be more proud of my wardrobe if there were more pieces that I made myself. So I'm keeping to my goal of, she says and has no idea where to put the thing, of making my own sweaters. Like at the very least I have the patterns and the knitting needles and the yarn at the ready. There's so much sweaters I want to make. Oh, all the things that I want to make. And dresses. I have patterns for dresses. I have yarn for dresses. It's just my brain is like, it is getting more like itself, and I'm like, oh, I'm so happy. Yes. So yeah, I am thinking about calling it quit now because I want to get this in my computer and edit it and start the uploading. So by the time that I get out with my friend, this will be crawling its way onto the internet. Probably only gonna take like 24 hours as usual. Because I don't have a good internet speed. The speed isn't really good here, and also because this is a building that was built with thick concrete with steel bars, so the steel plus the Wi-Fi are not the best of friends. So there's that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna bring the balaclava with me because I really want to get it finished, because it's a project that I've started and I'm trying to get them, at least some of them, done. So yeah, that will be it for me today. Definitely done some progress, and oh, it's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so cool when it's done. And yeah, I will hopefully see you again next weekend, and hopefully it will be another sunny day because summer. No, it's not summer. It's not summer. It's spring. It's spring. It's the earliest word. Vår. So yeah, I will call it quits now, and see you hopefully next weekend. And take care. I hope you're all good. I hope you're all fine. And that's a car. I think it's a car. Anyway, see you next weekend, and yeah, take care. Bless.